Hello everyone and welcome back. It's time for more. Chapter 9. Reaching deep into his nostril, Nick pulled out a long, thin ew. He shook his hand before sticking it behind his knee and wiping his finger clean on the back of his dress pants. It's so gross. He glanced at his passenger to see if he'd noticed, but Johnny was still on the phone. You're a stupid bastard. It is about that woman. You don't owe her anything. You want to kill yourself, do it here. I'll help you, but don't lay this hero crap on us. We don't deserve it. Johnny Dankoff was muttering as he flipped through Tinder. Nick exhaled through his teeth. I thought you'd be the one to understand. I gotta go back and rescue her. She's my princess. She's just a thought. We had a connection, man. We're gonna watch Kodo Gaisu Fukatasi no Rushigushu together. I don't even know if I said that right. I don't even care. Engrossed as they were in conversation, neither man noticed the black Ford Ranger pickup truck with "The Beast" in neon green lettering on the side pull out behind them. You didn't say she was into anime. She's a very exotic woman. She had the predatory grace of a big cat. In his Ford Ranger, Fred reached into the passenger seat to grip his Heckler & Koch MP7 machine pistol, a weapon capable of putting down the bad guys, with the added bonus of being compact and portable, perfect for close quarters fighting, or where size is a major consideration. I don't know, man. What? Maybe we just don't go back for her? A brown sedan drifted in the lane alongside the Maxima. Neither Beard paid any mind to it. Both cars rolled to a stop at a traffic light. A large semi-truck lumbered out of the intersection, blinkers saying that it wanted to make a left turn. Dankoff shifted uncomfortably in his seat. He seemed to be wrestling with something in his mind. Maybe you'll find another girl. Nick tried to process Dankoff's suggestion. The bulletproof glass in the rear window of Nick's sedan Maxima spiderwebbed as Fred unloaded his H&K into the car. Dankoff barely had time to shout, "Shit!" before the same fate befell the passenger side window. Nick's head whipped around like a pumpkin being swung on a vine, looking out each window as he realized they're boxed in. He slammed his foot down on the gas pedal, awkwardly cranking the steering wheel and tried to slide between the lane divider and the semi-truck. The wheels on Fred's black Ranger squealed smoke as he gave chase, ramming the Maxima from behind. Go! You gotta get us out of here! I'm trying! Wheels smoking like a bat out of hell, the Maxima tore off down the street, its body still being peppered by bullets. The Ranger and the sedan in hot pursuit. Nick twisted the steering hard, unintentionally taking a corner on two wheels. The Ranger drifted wide and lost ground, but the sedan kept right up behind them. An assassin leaned out the window and tried to blast out his tires. Breathing hard, Nick kept the pedal pressed to the floor and swung the wheel again, taking them through a grimy underpass. Cars and hobos swerved and scattered out of the way as the chase roared through. Gathering his wits, Dankoff felt around behind his seat for his own weapon. Scorpion VS-61. Compact and sexy little gun with a laser-mounted sight on the rail system under the barrel. He tried to roll the window down, but the glass was too badly deformed from the bullet impacts. Powering open the sunroof, he attempted to twist around in his seat to get into a shooting pose, but he found he really didn't have enough room. The car lurched violently as Nick ran over a row of traffic cones, causing Dankoff to accidentally discharge around into the back seat. "Fuck, watch it!" screamed Nick as his ears ringing from the shot. Dankoff managed to reach his hand with the gun out through the sunroof and pointed back behind the car. Pulling the trigger, he emptied the entire magazine at the car following them, bullet cases slamming into the roof of the Nissan. The sedan swerved and clipped the sidewalk, throwing them out of control. The whole car flipped up onto its passenger side and slid to a halt in a shower of sparks. The rattled occupants having mere moments to catch their breath before Fred's Ranger slammed them out of the way, sending them spinning into the sidewalk. Nick spotted the tops of the hangar buildings in the distance and tried to press the gas even harder to the floor, smoke still spinning off the tires as they seared the pavement. The Maxima swerved wildly as Nick fought to keep it on the road. Fred's Ranger was right on their heels. Both vehicles serpented across the tarmac as they crossed into the active area of the airport. Nick's Nissan matched by Fred's Ford. It wasn't until Nick whipped around a corner and had immediately ground the wheel hard to the side to avoid a huge forklift moving a seaplane. Fred wasn't so lucky, crashing his Ranger into the pontoons and flipping the truck. The graphite against the steel screamed as Nick planted both pudgy feet on the brake pedal. One of the weary tires finally gave out and burst, lurching the car over on its side before dropping back down and slamming the occupants against the interior. A moment of stillness crept over the airfield as steam slowly rose up from the crumpled black hood of the Ranger. Scraping sounds issued from inside as Fred unclipped his belt and dragged himself out the shattered window. Staggering to his feet, he's horrified to see Dankoff already closing the distance. With a flurry of feet and fists, Dankoff ferociously attacks Fred. Still dazed, Fred staggered back and against a stack of plastic 50-gallon barrels. Dankoff went for the kill, but Fred grabbed his boot and threw him back, now launching his own assault. Fred struck Dankoff with an arching blow, a back fist delivered by his massive, beefy arm. Now Dankoff is the one on the defensive. Fred got a solid kick in on Dankoff, sending him flying backwards into a wingless plane fuselage. Seeing stars, Dankoff tried to get his arm up and call for a timeout, but Fred dominated this melee with his incredible strength, grabbing him by the throat and lifting him to his feet. Back in the Nissan, Nick was coming around and felt under his seat for his pistol. A Colt 1911, classic to be sure, with cues taken from John Moses Browning, including the spur hammer, a solid trigger, and a non-flared ejection port. He squeezed his way out of the driver's side door and took onto the scene before him. Dankoff managed to slap the palm of his hand hard enough against Fred's ear, getting the larger beard to drop him. Seizing the opportunity, Nick emptied the clip at Fred, hitting him once in the gut. Nick went to his former friend's side and knelt next to the mortally wounded man. "Why did you shoot me?" "You shot at me." Fred felt his side and brought his bloody hand up. "Am I dying?" he wheezed out, struggling for breath. "Who sent you?" asked Dankoff, barely audible. "What a waste." "Fred, who hired you?" Fred's eyes slowly shut, mere moments from death. "Tell me, who, and I'll make it right." Barely conscious, he rasped. "I promise you'll give me a Viking funeral." "You know it." Fred weakly reached up to grasp the back of Nick's neck and pull him closer. "It was Chad." Chapter 10. Dankoff finished pissing into a previously empty Mountain Dew bottle, zipped up and cracked the hatch to toss the bottle out somewhere over the Caribbean. He wiped any residual moisture on his hands into his pants and walked back towards the front of the plane where the rest of the crew were getting their gear on. Nietzsche had found a pair of black cotton shorts and a black wolf t-shirt to wear on the mission, and was absorbed in the process of loading 9mm bullets into the extended clips poking out of his leather satchel. His Glock 18 was nestled in the leg holster, held onto his thigh by an elastic strap that, even with an extender, was so tight that it looked like a tie on the end of a sausage. The alternating light and dark blue anthropomorphic cat, seated across from him, slid his own pistol into a hip holster. Ford tucked full magazines into the bandolier strapped around his fursuit's oversized thighs. The custom bulletproof vest and tactical harness were stretched tight around the suit's padded bosom, protective, but still certain to give any observer a generous view of this character's cleavage. What the fuck? The anthropomorphic cat head with huge cartoon eyes sat beside him, along with his AA-12 automatic shotgun. He shook the suit's hindpaws and began loading shotgun slugs into the gun's drum magazine. "The enemy's terrified of noise, especially shotguns, and when this one starts spitting out 250 rounds a minute, they'll be running with their tails between their legs." There's something deeply unsettling about this character. But that's something I think we'll explore more in the next episode, because we're actually out of time. Thank you all for watching, and if you would please, like, comment, and subscribe. Helps the channel grow, and it kind of fucks with things. It's funny like that. If you have your own story that you'd like to send me, you can send it to r/MoonhorseStories. I check it every day, so I'll make sure to see it. And if you would please, consider donating to my Patreon or buying something from the merch store. It keeps the lights on in this place so I can keep doing this. Every Saturday there's a live stream, on this channel no less. And I love you all so very much. I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.